Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's UPSC Toppers Answer Copy Analysis, we are going to see All India Rank 9 UPSC 2024 Aditya Vikram Agarwal's Answer Copy. So let's first try to understand the question. Discuss the process involved in volcanism. Highlight the major volcanic regions in the world and their associated tectonic settings. So overall, this is a 10-marker question which we need to answer in maximum of 2 pages. Additionally, in the question itself, there are 2 major components which has been asked in the question, and this particular question is picked from your GS paper 1 component pertaining to geography, that is world geography syllabus. Okay, let's now go into the answer how this topper has addressed. There is a proper introduction, that too within 3 lines, there are 2.5 to 3 lines this topper has written. And if you look at the body of the answer, this topper has properly, he has addressed the question. Why I am saying this? It is because in the question itself, there are only 2 major components, and this particular topper has correctly brought in those 2 major subheadings in the body of the answer itself. And if you look at the conclusion also, this topper has written, but he has little written in here in a 4.5 lines, which I will be advising if you write 3.5 lines, that itself is enough to fetch the marks. Okay. If you look at the introduction, this topper has addressed this introduction with a conventional approach. Conventional approach is what we will be saying is that writing an introduction which talks about what, when, why component. If you could answer these 3 questions in the introduction, that is a very conventional approach and we will be easily getting that 1 mark. But here, this topper has just written the basic definition of volcanism without any relevant examples. So you will be getting half a mark for this introduction. And if you look at the conclusion, the volcanism offers opportunity to understand the interior of the earth, and precious is basically talking about the relevant concluding segment of this particular question. But a better thing what he would have done is that he should have linked this particular conclusion with current affairs. So he will be getting half a mark for this conclusion also. Okay, let's now go into the body of the answer. So in the body of the answer, it's clearly visible this topper has overall written 2 major points. So you'll be getting 1 mark for that 2 points. And if you look at the various kind of creativity here, this topper has written varieties of diagrams to explain the concept of convergent plate, that is volcanoes, divergent plate volcanoes, and is also talking about how this volcanism is happening or it is creating with the help of diagrams. So overall for these 3 diagrams, this topper will be getting half a mark for each of these diagrams which he has done. Not only that, he has also brought in proper relevant examples also. That is why this is adding more value addition to his answer writing. So if you go into the second major subheading which this topper is answering, he has drawn a diagram. Generally what I will be advising my students is that whenever you are drawing a diagram, please try to draw in only one segment of the answer paper, that is either at the right end or at the left end. And second, always follow your answers diagrams with proper boxes. So that is one thing. And third major thing I will be telling is try to give proper title to your diagrams, what you are writing, and proper parts should be there. So parts is there, but title he has missed it. Since he has used the subheading itself, this topper has assumed that as the title. But generally I will be suggesting to write title separately after putting the boxes for the diagram, because you will be getting that half mark easily without any mistake if you do all this in a clear manner. So this topper is highlighting all the varieties of volcanic regions in the world to make his diagram relevant to the answer. Not only that, he has addressed the question. So here if you look at it overall, so first one major paragraph he has followed it, then there is a second major paragraph. So overall for these components you will be getting another 1 mark only, because if you would have come out with point based approach means you would have got more marks. So overall here, if you look at his answer rating in this particular question, for the introduction conclusion, he got half of, that is 1 mark. And if you look at the body of the answer, so he has got 1 mark for the first major subheading. Then for the value addition, another 1.5. So 2.5 here. And for the second subheading, he will be getting another 1.5. So 2.5 plus 1.5, 4 marks here. And for the introduction and conclusion, 1 mark. So you will be getting 5 marks out of 10 marks. So what he has missed here in this particular question, that is answer writing technique, is that he has missed by giving more points to the answer, because if you would have converted his paragraph based approach into various points, means he will be easily getting another 1 or 2 marks extra which he has missed it. Otherwise, some of the important learnings from this particular topper's creativity is the usage of varieties of diagrams, because I will be keep telling students, whenever you are writing a geography based answer without diagrams, we should never write an answer. This particular topper has used varieties of diagram such as concept clarity diagrams, world map based diagram, and examples to bring creativity in the answer. This is one thing we need to learn from All India Rank 9 Aditya Vikram Agarwal. If you look at his marks in GS paper 1, out of 250 marks, he has got 111 marks. That is around 5.5 to 6 marks on an average he has got in the real exam. Because we know very well 20 questions are maximum available in GS paper 1. So for each question, you would have got 5.5 to 6. That is what he has got here also. Okay. Some of the important learnings from today's video is that structure of the answer writing is important, but what is more important also, whenever we are writing an introduction and conclusion, we should link it with current affairs. And while writing the body of the answer, this topper has addressed it in a subheading. Point-wise approach would have been more recommendable rather than writing paragraph format. That is what one of the mistake this topper has done today. That is why he has lost that crucial 2 marks in this particular answer. And the usage of diagram is going to be very, very compulsory or mandatory whenever we are writing a geography based answer. And whenever we are bringing in diagrams, we should try to bring in varieties of diagrams such as India map diagram, world map diagram, and then concept clarity diagram. All these are very important for your geography answers to fetch maximum marks. And wherever possible, varieties of example, that to relevant examples should be added in geography answers to fetch maximum marks. Students, if you are writing geography answer for GS paper 1 component, you should try to bring in or incorporate these techniques in your answer writing to fetch maximum marks. For more such videos, kindly subscribe to our channel. Thank you, students.